like to think that, like, you know, you and your husband are kind of on the same page when it comes to how you're going to raise your kids and stuff.
Oh.
And, you know, I'm just like...
Is she letting them watch Barney?
No, it's worse than that, please. This is what's irritating, is when you kind of you've had past conversations about things like how you want to raise your kids, things maybe you don't want, and you've had the conversation, and you think you're on the same page, you know?
Like,
you know?
what's the item?
Like, you know, but you understand what I'm saying?
I
like,
do,
you're like,
absolutely.
okay, we got a plan here, we're working
We're
it.
a united front.
Yeah, and then out of nowhere, it's like, what are you doing? You know, what are you doing? And then the thing that sucks about having kids is, you know, Junko comes in with this thing, and I'm like, but you can't sit there and start yelling at your wife.
You have to guess what it is.
You can't sit there and start yelling at your wife in front of the kids.
Right.
So you got to sit there and you fester about it all day. But I'm pissed, so I got to have this conversation. And then it's like, you know, you start talking. And
she gets defensive.
She's like, you're crazy, and you're sitting there just going like, dude, we had. How am I crazy when we've had this conversation? We were on the same page, and then she agrees. She's like, you're right. We were on the same page, but. There are no buts when it comes to raising your kids. Like I just.
Oh yes, there are.
I just don't get it, man.
Well, we gotta guess. We gotta guess what it was. Okay, so something that No Name is hugely anti.
This is something that I just don't want to support, and you know, maybe I feel a little bit more strongly about it than her. But yesterday, you know, I'm taking a dump, and the kids come home, and my son Junko, he's starting to verbalize stuff. He's all excited. He's like, Daddy, Daddy, Daddy. And he comes running into the bathroom, and he goes, new shoes. Look at my new shoes. And I look down on his feet, and he has mother effing Crocs on.
Oh!
Yeah. And I was just like, Christy,
oh,
what are you doing? What are you thinking? And then... later on, I find these little tiny skull things, you know, and I'm looking at them like, what the hell are these? And this is just something that Yavel's just gonna choke on. So I throw them away in the trash can. And then later on, she's like, do you see those skull and crossbone things? I'm like, yeah, like what else? I threw those away. Like, you know, that's something that he's just gonna choke on. Oh, those are for the Crocs.
They were bling.
And I'm like, what happened to you? We had this conversation. You're like, I think Christy was the one that
we had it on the air even. You even had this conversation.
No, but my point is,
my kids wound up getting the Crocs.
You don't even understand. Like
everyone has them.
Christy was the one who was like, God, I hope. She's the one I think that made me hate them in the first place. She's like, they're just like rubber Birkenstocks and going on and on. She's go bagging on the hippies and like,
I can't believe this is what you lost sleep
and
over.
I'm sitting there just going, what the. How could you do this? You know you don't bring this kind of crap into our house. How could you do this?
Are so
and it's
funny.
too late. It's too late because you know how a 2-year-old is. If he's into something,
shoes.
He's all excited. He can put them on himself.
Well, that's the joy of the Croc.
Oh man, he's just all about it. You know, I've been really busy lately. I've had the 2 jobs going on.
Yes.
I've been working from 4 in the morning till 7 o'clock at night, 4 days a week.
Yeah.
And I realized that this is what happens when we don't spend enough time at home. You know, those kind of
Mom's
walls.
gone wild.
I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like I don't know. Like
maybe this is her way of saying. Maybe this was her way.
You better get back to what's important.
Even subconsciously of telling you that you're not paying enough attention to the family.
Of what's really going on here. It was like those Crocs were laughing at me, and all the hippies were laughing at me, going, ha ha.
Coming up.
Listen, Andrew, we forgive you. We still love you. There's no need. All you need to do is just be less combative with us and just be fun and play along like you used to.
Don't you move.